Hello, everybody. I have been able to, my streaming software is not working, so I can't go on the way I normally would. However, I wanted to still make sure that I could get on and do this live about gratitude. And we all know that, we should feel grateful, okay? We've all heard it. Just be grateful and you will be happy. But if it were that simple, we'd all be walking around with big smiles, right? And we'd be happy all the time. Hey, the truth is that gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's not just a nice thing to do. It's not just, the in thing sort of thing. It is actually backed by science. But you need to do it in a certain way, okay? And when you do it in this certain way, it does actually physically change the way your brain works. Okay, so this is where doing it once isn't going to just automatically change everything as well. You need to do it a few times. There are actual real scientific reasons why gratitude can rewire your brain for happiness, and I'm going to talk more about that, okay? So first of all though, I want to just ask you guys, have you ever had one of those days where everything just seems to go wrong, right? So you'll be doing one thing and that's not working well, and then you walk out to the kitchen to go and get something and you stub your toe, and then maybe you spill the water or whatever, and you just think, oh my God, just my luck, okay? This is your brain's filter at work. It's finding more things to go wrong to keep the momentum of that feeling that you've got going on, okay? But the good news is that you can train your brain to spot all the good things, all the things that are going right, just as easily as it spots all the things that go wrong. We have sometimes been conditioned, and it's through habits and through different experiences and the people that you talk to and you hang out with. We can sometimes get into those habits of always finding the bad things. And then if you keep doing that, then more is going to keep presenting itself to you. So if you've done that, most probably unintentionally, because we don't intentionally try and make our life difficult, now that you're aware of it, it means that you can flip it around, okay? And this is where gratitude comes in. So every time you feel genuinely grateful, you're not just saying words, it's not just lip service, you actually feel it in every fiber of your body. Your brain releases dopamine and serotonin. So they're the feel-good chemicals, okay? This is what when doctors prescribe antidepressants, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to artificially create that chemical release, okay? Now, the more that you practice gratitude, and I say it's a practice because it's something that you need to intentionally do every day, just like if you are learning to play the piano, you need to practice every day to get better. If you want to get good at a sport, you need to practice your skills every day to get better, okay? The same thing is with gratitude. And when you do that, it's creating these stronger neural pathways, which means it is going to eventually be easier to feel happy more of the time, all right? Just like if you wanted to be a bodybuilder. You go to the gym, if you want your biceps to get bigger, you're going to do the weights that do that, okay? The more you train the muscles, the more they're going to respond and get bigger. The more you practice gratitude, the more you're going to create these neural pathways, and the stronger they will become, all right? So there's actually been studies that have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience less stress, they sleep better, and they are less anxious. And why is that? Well, it's simply because your brain starts scanning for what is right instead of what is wrong, okay? You're creating a new habit, because like I said before, we can sometimes develop these habits unintentionally because we're not consciously aware of what we're doing. We're sort of just going with the flow and sort of letting ourselves be pushed along. Whereas when we become aware of what we're doing more, then we can make conscious choices to do something about it. So you're making a conscious choice to shift your focus, okay? And then when you shift your focus and you start finding all of these good things, and I'm going to talk more about that in a second, what happens is that you are then starting to shift your reality, because your perspective is going to shift. And you've heard the saying, perception is reality, okay? So the part of the brain that is playing a huge role in all of this is called your reticular activating system, your RAS. You may have heard of that before, okay? So your RAS, it's like a filter. It decides what's important, like it's the gatekeeper, because we are bombarded with so much information, so much, it's millions and millions of bits of information every single day. So your RAS, it's like the gatekeeper, okay? And it decides what gets in and what doesn't. So this is why, if you've ever thought about buying a new car, all right, oh, I really like the look of the Mazda 3, and then all of a sudden you start seeing Mazda 3s everywhere, all right? It's not because there's been this big influx of them, it's because your RAS is now allowing you to see that more, because that's what you've sort of brought into your awareness, okay? Now, this is really important. Your RAS doesn't care if you focus on positive or negative things, okay? It doesn't matter. So if you are constantly saying, nothing ever goes right for me, then your brain is going to filter in evidence to prove you right, all right? Think of it like a little puppy playing fetch, and you're saying, find me things that don't go right, and little puppy, your RAS, is going off and finding things to prove you right, that nothing ever goes right for you. So if you train it then, knowing that that's how it works, if you then train it to look for things to appreciate, or even if you change that to everything is always working out for me, okay, your RAS is going to start filtering in more of the good stuff, or the stuff that makes you feel happy, the feel that you can appreciate, okay? So this is why gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. It's actually doing something in your brain. It is a powerful tool to help you to reprogram your reality, for want of a better phrase, okay? So let me give you some practical steps on how you can use gratitude to help boost your happiness. Now the first one is, it's the what went well exercise, okay? So this is a great way to start rewiring your brain. So it's a simple exercise. You can just do it for 2 minutes, is long enough, okay? So every night or at the end of every day, you want to find just a nice quiet space and just spend a couple of minutes to write down 3 things that went well. If you can list off more, fantastic. Just start with 3 things that went well today. But you're not just gonna just list them down quickly, and you want to give them a little bit of thought. You want to also write down why it went well, why it happened. Sort of like you're reliving the event. Because what that does, when you relive it and you're feeling that emotion, it went well, you felt good about it, okay? So you're going to relive that feel-good feeling that happened in the moment. That is also strengthening your neural pathways, okay? So when you're strengthening it, then you're going to start noticing more, okay? And to take it one step further, you can ask yourself, so you list down what went well, and you'll be able to list off, even if you only start with 1, start with something, okay? Because this is about retraining, right? When you go to the gym, you don't start with doing 100 push-ups. You start with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and you get yourself up there. So you can also, once you've written down, a couple of things, you can ask yourself, what is one positive thing that happened today that I might have missed if I wasn't looking for it? And that's forces your RAS to start scanning for the unexpected good moments. Okay, you can write that down as well. So that's one thing that you can do. The other thing you can do is to make gratitude more of a habit is that you link it to something that you already do. So for example, every time you get up in the morning, if you have a morning coffee, so when you're having that coffee, use that time to appreciate something. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be big, it can be small. It could be something as simple as I am grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful to have this time before my day gets going to just be and enjoy. Okay? Or when you're brushing your teeth, you can take that moment to spend a little bit of time. For the duration it takes you to brush your teeth, just list out things that you are grateful for. And if you can't find things to be grateful for, because sometimes it is a little bit hard if things are not going well, find something that you can appreciate. Okay, it will give you the same result. Okay, so when then you're linking it to something that you're already doing, it's not another thing you have to do. All right, you're just using a little bit of your time effectively. Okay, and that's going to help you to start to make it into a habit, and it will start to become automatic. Just like every day, you know, before you leave the house, you brush your teeth. It's an automatic thing. You don't have to consciously think to do that. It's something that you actually just do. So when you link that gratitude to it, it'll start to become something that you're doing as well. All right? Okay. So another thing that you can do is it's called future gratitude. So you're reprogramming your RAS for something to happen in the future. So what I mean by that is most people, they only practice gratitude for what's already happening right now. Okay? But if you can be grateful for what's coming, that's actually just as powerful, if not more. And you're also taking into account all the universal laws and how they work with the law of vibration and then the law of attraction. Okay, so instead of saying, you know, oh, I hope things work out, because when you say that, I hope things work out, there's that feeling of it's a kind of, look, it might be different for you, but for me it's like this little feeling of apprehension in my chest. You know, I hope things work out. Whereas you're not fully believing it, it is still a little bit of hope there, right? So instead of doing it like that, you're going to reframe it, and you'll say something like, I am so grateful for the exciting opportunities coming my way. That puts you into that sort of imagination, talking about what you want, but also feeling it. Just saying those words have a different feeling. Okay, and when you understand the law of attraction, it's about what you're feeling in the moment is what you are then going to be manifesting to perpetuate the feeling. So by doing this, it's sort of like you're paving the way for the future things to come to you, because your RAS is going to start looking for ways to make that true. Remember, it's like a little puppy playing fetch. So you'll start spotting new possibilities. You'll start meeting the right people by accident. Okay, you'll be taking action without even realizing, and it's all because your brain is now actively looking for opportunities instead of obstacles. So you're understanding how your brain works, and you're using it in your advantage. And I actually did this future gratitude, I actually did that to get the part-time job that I've actually got right now. And I would, instead of sitting there, because you know what it's like when you're waiting to hear, did I get it, did I get it? You feel a little anxious, right? Oh, I hope I did, I hope I get a call back, I hope, and you feel anxious. So instead of that, I reframed it, and I imagined it as if it had already happened. And I would say to myself, I am so grateful for this job. I am so grateful for the money that I'll be able to bring in. I'm so grateful for what that money is going to be able to do. I'm so grateful for the people that I'm working with. I'm so grateful for the difference that I'm able to make in people's lives. I'm so grateful for the support and the friendly and encouraging environment that I get to spend time in. So I was talking in a way of what I wanted it to be, as if it were now. And when you start to do that, it will feel different in your body as well. And your RAS is going to start looking for ways to make that to become a reality. All right. Okay, so I hope this is making sense. Let me know. Let me know if you've got any questions. Maybe drop a little thumbs up in the comments if you're going to give one of these things a try, or if you've got something else that you do that you're going to start practicing and creating that habit as well. Because happiness isn't luck, it's a habit. And gratitude is one of the simplest ways that you can retrain your brain to go and find the things that are going well in your life. So give it a go. You've got nothing to lose, but give it a go. Be consistent with it, and yeah, let me know what happens. All right, everyone, have an amazing Monday. I will be back again on Wednesday, hopefully with the my normal streaming service, but if not, you'll see me just coming straight live into Facebook. All right, bye-bye.